So this week we are going to be covering HTML5 forms and the web-based readings basically cover the different form elements and quite a few of the controls that you see on a form are actually input elements. And the way that we get the different controls is we specify a specific type of element, and type is an attribute. So you're going to be learning about all of the form elements. We're going to spend quite a bit of time on input elements and the different types of input elements. Okay, and we'll talk about some of the newer HTML5 input types and then how to style our forms. So the lecture demo kind of pulls all of that form information together. We get a little overview of how forms work. You will be using forms quite a bit in the upper level classes. Um, we do a lot with validation on the client side, so in the JavaScript class, but we also work with forms a lot on the server side. Anytime we are going to interact with a database, especially if we're adding data or editing, we are dealing with a form. Okay, so you're going to be using that a lot in our upcoming classes. Okay, so we give a little overview of how forms work, and then you get down into the different form elements, and this is all interactive. And so you can kind of see how all of these work. And then we start with the form tag. And inside our form tag is where all of those other form elements go. Okay, so as you go through here, we kind of start with the form tag and then how to group the different areas of the form. And then we get into the laundry list of input tags or types of input tags. So you can see there's quite a few. And I did label the ones that are newer in HTML5. So type is an attribute, uh, but there's a lot of other attributes you can add to those elements as well. Okay, so as you go through here, you will notice that there are interactive sections in here, and by all means, you can play with them. This is actually set up as a password. Okay, so you can kind of see how they look. You can click on the different buttons. And if you see any link outs to interactive sites, I recommend that you click on them so you can practice. But this is exactly what the input type of color does. It gives you kind of this little color picker. Okay, so as you go through here, you kind of play with these and learn about them more. For the assignments, there's a textbook assignment that is more directive with videos that kind of walk you through how to do everything. You are going to be creating a customer form. This is going to be a lot of typing. I am giving you the HTML page and the graphic, but I'm not going to give you any of the form code. So you are going to have to type that in. And this is a graphic. So this is going to be a lot of typing. That's the bad news. The good news is once you have a form that is working, you can simply copy portions of that form and paste it into other forms that you create. Okay. So once you're done with the form, it should look like this. Okay. You should have the three sections, and then you'll save it. You'll save it under a different name. You're going to call it mail to. In this mail to form, you only have to change the form tag. Everything else can stay the same. Okay, so task two, where you're actually creating the form, that is going to take you the longest. And once you're done, you'll throw down into the Dropbox and move on to the lab assignment. And for the lab assignment, you guys are going to create your own form. And it can pretty much be on any topic that you're interested in. So I created a couple for you to look at. So this is a little social media one. I'm pretty sure I've got this set up as a flex box. Okay, and so I have all of the required elements plus some additional elements in here. So you can see I've got an open list box. I've got a data list right here. Lots of different text boxes, check boxes. Everything that is required, I have in this one. And I also have in this one. So this is just a little different format, a little different form. Uh, so you can use those as examples. And what you may want to do with this is take the running club form that you've already created um, and kind of use that as a template. Okay, so you can certainly copy all that code, paste it into your new one, and then you can just customize it. Okay, but like I said, this can be on any topic that you want. Okay, and so these are the different things that I'm looking for. Um, so you do need a selection list. You do need a data list. You need one group of radio buttons or checkboxes. Okay. You need an area box, submit and a reset button, and then a hidden field um, with the name and ID set to mail to. And the value that you put in the hidden field should be your own email address. So I've given you an example of what that looks like. Okay. And then for the form tag itself, the name can be whatever you want. The ID can be whatever you want. Make sure you put this action in your form. It's the same action that you're directed to put in the running form because when you submit the form, it will actually submit to a script that will read in the data and display it back to you. So I want you guys to submit to a script because that's typically what you do in real life. You submit the form to a script. Okay? So these are all of your requirements. And then you'll update your assignment page, get everything transferred, and submit done to the Dropbox. Okay, and then because the forms are kind of fun to look at and they're all unique, the students do a great job with this. You guys are going to share your form in a discussion forum showcase. Okay, so when you come in here, um, you are going to explain who the audience is, what the purpose is, and how you decided on the design and layout. So, why did you group certain elements together? Why did you select the color scheme that you did? Why did you display the graphics that you chose? Okay, just explain your rationale in that decision making. And then you should post a link to your form so people can see it, and then you will review other students' posts and reply to two of them. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here and do an example. All right, so this is my post. The link goes out to this technology survey. And I went ahead and answered the questions, and I'm going to hit reply. Okay. And so you guys are going to do something similar, and you'll then reply to two of your classmates' posts. And if you go through this and nobody else has posted yet, you certainly can reply to mine as one of the two that you reply to. And so that is what we are working on this week. If you run into problems or if you have any questions, please let me know. And I hope you guys have fun creating forms.